All praise is due unto Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua.
God wants to pass a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect out there. We're out here another day in Babylon, prophesying the downfall of this sinful kingdom known as America, which in the Bible is known as the virgin daughter of Babylon. I believe it's Isaiah 47.
This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans.
So the virgin is referring to America, right? Because back in the Babylonian captivity, like we were under Babylonians. But now we're in Babylon, 2.0, which is known as America. Or the United States of America.
It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, she's very tender, man. They're they run the world. Everybody wants to be like American, and they have great influence.
It says, take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Yeah, right now there's been a lot of things happening with the American politicians. Like they're being exposed. The whole thing with Trump, the whole Epstein Island. The whole Epstein Island and stuff, and Trump is involved. He's been a part of those parties. With the whole Epstein guy. But
in verse 2 in the NLT it reads, take heavy millstones and grind flour, remove your veil and strip off your robe, expose yourself to public view.
So we're the ones that's exposing it. Right? The prophets of great millstone, starting with the apostles. Right? They've been going into what's going to happen, concentration camps, martial law, and the whole collapse of this whole society, right? This whole because they want to have everybody chipped, right? The whole all of this is a part of their schemes, right? Part of Esau's schemes.
No big one.
So thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, that's why what's going on in America right now. They're being exposed. The so-called middle class Edomite, and the poor Edomite right now, they're catching hell. A lot of things are happening. Esau losing big, man. And look, I kind of feel bad for them, man. I can't feel bad. But you can be driving. Because sometimes I be walking down the street driving, I see these poor ass Edomites, man. Sleeping in tents. Some of them can't afford to buy a tent.
It's true, and the people too. We're in this flesh, so in the kingdom that won't be the case.
Yeah.
There's still people.
Yeah.
I'm saying, break down the road.
Yeah.
Who can help you? It's Edomite. Jacob, you gotta hide your stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, I feel bad for. I don't really feel bad, but you can see Esau strung out on drugs and shit. Good, man.
That was good. This is the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Yeah, so they're being exposed. Their whole Pizzagate, their whole thing with the whole with the Vatican, you know, like them like being exposed with the whole like a lot of like a lot of things what you know Esau is doing is being exposed, man. It's very filthy, man. There's so many things.
I kind of mentioned, you said the spewing of the Lord's right hand. So we know in Revelation it says Yahushai, it says used in the Bible, but he's the Lord's right hand man. So this world is missing a point that it says it calls the Lord's right hand. So that's Yahushai, who you ignorantly call Jesus, is coming back to lay judgment. Right? And that's what we are set up to bring forth, because the Lord has to be reintroduced, because a lot of lies have been told, right? And it's rightly called Babylon. So everyone's confused. They walk by here and they shake their heads, you know, what appears to be heathen, as a smirk, you know, like he wants to correct us, but the Spirit made him move better. So, you know, that's what's happening, man. The Lord is sending his right hand, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? His name is Yahushai, man, and it's only for his men, chosen of the nation of Israel.
Psalms 98, verse 1. Oh, sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory.
So we're singing unto the Lord a new song, which is the word. I know who we are. Because we didn't know who we were. But now, we're being awakened. We call on the name of the Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, and the Son named Yahushai. You know, because that was it was hidden from us. Man. We didn't know who we were. But the Most High opened up our eyes now, that we could see.
The Lord Yahweh hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed in the sight of the heathen.
Yeah, so salvation is only going to be for the elect. He's not going to save. He's not going to save the whole nation. Right? Like 2/3 of our people in America is going to be destroyed through nuclear fire, man. And the 1/3 is going to be saved. The 144,000 and the 1/3. So it's a small few.
He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our power.
Yeah, so this is when the Lord comes. He's going to show, his salvation, like to the ends of the world. Right? Because it's going to be a great destruction, but it's going to be a great deliverance of the Israelites. Someone can get Jeremiah 16, I think 17. Or the land of the north. Right, so this is what we're hoping to obtain, man. Right, we're hoping to be redeemed through Yahushua. And he's gonna and he's gonna save the elect.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, so like how we were in the land of Egypt, going for 30 years, right? We're in Egypt 2.0, but this is Egypt all over again. America has so many Egyptian pyramids in America, to show you that we're in Egypt all over again. You know, the Obelix.
All the same ritual principles, right? Magi, magicians.
Yes.
That's that Philistine way. It says, verse 15, but the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up, and also Egypt means bondage, right? And the Lord described it as the furnace of affliction. America means bitter, American, right? So this is that bitter wormwood captivity. Right?
That's right.
It says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
So it's a prophecy that's gonna take place here in North America, right? Because the bulk of the elect are going to be here here in North America. Right? But they're going to be elect all over like certain parts of the world who's going to be beamed up in the chariot. But the Lord, you know, He's going to save the bulk of the elect in America.
Right? And it says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
So we're scattered all throughout. From east, west, north, south, man. And all the captivities. Our people are in all these different, like lands. You have Israelites over there in Pakistan, India, right? And they're being treated like shit. You know? They call them the untouchables, man. You have Israelites over there in the Philippines, all over, man. The Israelites are scattered. You have Israelites in China, Japan. So there are a lot of our people who are scattered, right? But they're going to look like the other nations. This is the curse of befallen us.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Yeah, so it shows you that, you know, the people over there in the land aren't the real people. Because the Lord is going to bring us into the land of Israel. Right? Through divine intervention.
I got something, if I may.
Go ahead.
All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 33. For thus saith Yahweh Shemeshach army, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
Yeah, so that's right. We're almost at the time of harvest, man. You know, we're almost at the sixth trump, and we're at the time where the Lord is He's gonna gather the elect. He's gonna redeem them. And he's gonna reap the elect.
Go ahead.
And then he's gonna get rid of like the undesirables of our nation. So we're almost in that time of harvest, right?
I have the definition of a threshing floor. So it's a flat, hard, often elevated surface where harvested grain was spread, beaten, and winnowed to separate wheat from chaff.
Yeah.
That's it on that. Baruch 2 and 4. Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about, where the Lord Yahweh had scattered them.
Yeah, so we're looking down upon, right? When you go in, when you find like a job or in school, they call you a black person. Black, it basically is, you call yourself black. Basically, it means, you're of like a dead state. Like you don't have no power. The Lord, that one again.
Baruch 2 and 4.
Oh, yeah?
Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about.
Yeah, so byword, they call us black, they call you Negro, they call you West Indian, Latino, all these, they call you Native American, instead of calling us our biblical names, because we're of a biblical stock. We're of, but Esau wants to call us these different bywords.
Yeah.
It's what Esau does.
Where the Lord hath scattered them. Thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against the Lord Yahweh our power.
And that's why our people are being shot down in the streets, that we're looked down upon. you don't have no culture. You call yourself black, or you're following like a hip hop culture or rap culture. Like there's no culture, man.
And have not been obedient unto his voice.
Yeah, so they're not. People are not obedient unto the voice of the Heavenly Father. So we're telling them who they are. Well, are they listening? No. They're looking down upon us. And even right now on TikTok, you see them talking shit about us and stuff. Talking all kinds of things about us and trying to make us look bad. But it's all right.
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Yeah, so we discontinued from our heritage. So before, that we knew that we're the Jews, we're the Israelites, right? But eventually we end up losing our identification, right? And that's what happened to us. Like basically during like the 1492. Our people were being expelled from Spain and Portugal, and some of them were brought into sugar plantations, in the Caribbean. So, but some of them knew that they're the Israelites, but we end up losing it because we kept on telling our people, that they're the Israelites for many generations, but basically we end up losing. We end up losing our heritage. Right? Basically now you have those you have the small hats now who are calling themselves the Jews, right? Because I never knew that. I never knew I was an Israelite. I was a Jew. That my dad was like he's a Rastafarian, so he was always talking about the Israelites and stuff, but I never understood it, right? Because at the same time, he was bugged out. He's worshiping Selassie, right? Because Selassie Selassie is an idol, man. Like he wasn't of the tribe of Judah. He's a damn
It's this guy, no? Is it this guy right here is causing it?
Yep.
Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
And that's what happened to during the Renaissance Christianity, when they basically only get Job 9:24, basically that they paid over the images, right? And that's what they did. They basically because they knew as to who the saints were, who the Israelites were, right? When you go to Russia, you go into the Greek Orthodox Church during the medieval times, everybody knew that the Lord was the first on black man, right? But basically the Renaissance art came and they whitewashed. So that's what they did. They basically whitewashed the images of the saints.
It says, and I will cause to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
And that's what happened to us. We end up falling because we have transgressed. So the Most High punished us as a nation. The Most High punished us. And we're still under punishment.
Yeah, the subject.
And we're still under the punishment. Yeah, Job.
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
That's what we did to our conquest. When we destroyed the images of our people, of the saints. We have a lot of whitewashing, and a lot of the images that they have of us are in the in these private museums and the Smithsonian institutions. You know, Esau has a lot of our history
Yeah.
hidden. Yeah, Yep. That's it. Right.
Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So there's dead bodies, and it means that we end up losing our nationality, that we lost our nationality, right? And then we're in Egypt, right? America, which is spiritually Egypt.
So
That's what happened to us.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, we're basically like destroying the images of the Christ, known as Yahushua. They did that. They tried to whitewash that image, and it did work. But now the elect is being awakened now. The elect is being enlightened now.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
From 1619, where I guess Virginia, where a lot of the slaves were being trafficked in America, like Jamestown, Virginia, right? In the Caribbean as well, because there was a lot of Gadites and Reubenites who were being trafficked and being brought to the Caribbean too. You can read up on the Willie Lane Shaw letters and all that stuff, right?
you see.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of things where our people are being trafficked. So it's a big industry there. So the whole slavery. Slavery was a big institution. They were making a lot of money, even though there were some of our people, certain kings of Europe, who are actually Israelites, who think like
Okay, go ahead.
like the British, right? A lot of the British, right, were Israelites.
During this time, right, we had Jamestown, Virginia. Jamestown named after King James.
King James.
That was the Jacobite. He ruled during the time of the Jacobite dynasty. Right? That's why after when he lost power, you had a Jacobite rebellion. They tried to put the Jacobites back in the power. You know? And I typed in chat GPT, why was 1619 so significant for the slave trade? It says 1619 is marked as a turning point in the history of slavery in English North America. And they pretty much go into the first Jakes that came into Virginia in 1619. And it says shifted from indentured servitude to racial slavery. Right?
And then even certain parts of, I believe that Liverpool over there in Britain and certain Scotland, Ireland, a lot of Israelites were being trafficked and being brought to the United.
It says that 1619 was not the first time Africans were enslaved in the Americas, but it was the beginning of institutionalized African slavery in what became the United States. That's the prophecy. That's why 1619 to 1969 is so significant. Right? That's why we say 1619 to 1620.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's that time period. That's the time when it became a literal chattel slavery business. You know, that you're part of cargo. We got tobacco, tea, and we got slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened. They had, indeed, it was a thing, what they call it. Sorry, it's slipping my mind. But it's called the Royal Africa Company, right? Which I believe, I don't know if it was the Stuarts or the Jacobites, but they were a part of that whole basically yeah, it's called the Royal African Company. The Royal African Company.
Yeah. Got yeah. Royal African Company. The Royal African Company, RAC, was an English trading company established in 1660 by the House of Stuart.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So our people were our own people. That's why it says that Deuteronomy 28. It says that someone combined. Yeah, basically, forgot it. Basically, people were basically started selling their own, right? Because it was prophecy, right? But basically, they basically sold out their own people and being trafficked at right? Over there, Brazil, South America, Central America, America. People are being trafficked.
That's why you have laws in the Torah about trafficking. Right? They didn't say anything about trafficking other heathen. When you conquered a nation, you would have the women who traffic. You kill the men, but traffic the women. Right? But for Israelites, you can't traffic Israelites. There's a law against it. Right? So it's a penalty unto death. Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And that's what happened. Even a lot of the black plantation owners were Israelites, right? And they played up and they had slaves. So so even a lot of people were a lot of the slave holders. You got Esau as slave holders as well, but you have Israel who are slave holders as well too, as well as I believe Reuben. Yeah, they were slave holders as well. Yeah, Israelites as well. So they were being trafficked.
That was that thing with the so-called 5 civilized tribes, right? If I remember, Cherokee, Choctaw, Seminole. There's 2 more. Yeah, it's 5 so-called civilized tribes, which means that they became white, so to speak. They became crackerized, Edomites, right? And in order to be so-called of a status,
they were free. They call them free people.
They were slaves. They would actually slave other people. Speak English, dress in suits.
And that's why they'll call him. I believe Morgan Freeman. Like he was a freeman. That's why a lot of they have that Latin freemen. A lot of them were free. So they basically
that's like a 5-word too.
Yeah.
That's like another 5-word.
Or they call you Moor. Yeah.
Moors,
All these Bibles. Okay.
There's more on that, but we just spirit to see here. It said something. First Maccabees.
So they say Slakia. Real quick, we find that it's at the Royal African on ChatGPT. Yeah, you read it 17th, 18th century, originated in 1660 by King Charles II. So granted a monopoly on English trade along the West African coast.
Was that King Charles the Black? What did they call
I think so. King Charles II, right? Yeah. King Charles the Black, which is still Jacobites.
Yeah.
The Stuart of Jacobites too. King James. They took on that moniker of Jacobite because they knew the original.
And that's why a lot of us have English last name or Scottish or Irish last name.
And even it really wasn't even Jacob because there was no J. It was an I. It was an Ichabod. Yaakov. Right? It was an I. There was no J.
Right.
J didn't come until the 1700s. So that's another problem.
That's a big code.
I found it here. Okay, you just said, what does the Quran just say? There are many Gadites who were leading Edomites, right? There's no new thing under the sun. This is what Jacob's done. First Maccabees 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel
Good.
wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, that happened during the Ptolemy and the Seleucid dynasty, but basically the Seleucid dynasty, and basically our people, they call them Hellenists, or they got Hellenized.
Mm-hmm.
They got Hellenized, and they basically started worshiping all these Greek deities. They became Greek.
Back in the Revelation 11 and 10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
So that's the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. So the northern kingdom is the tribe of Israel, which are you Latin tribes, so-called Latinos, what they're called today, and then the southern tribes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. They are being trafficked, and it was not only the southern kingdom that was being trafficked. Even before, even before Jake came, right? Even before Judah came, right? They had Christopher Columbus that came. He came to the Americas. He came to the Caribbean, right? Like Christopher Columbus, right? And basically, he came and he colonized our people, and then some of our people were being trafficked to Spain. Some of them were being trafficked and being brought to Spain, and Portugal as servants. So, so it was a big thing, man. Where the tribes were being trafficked. So it wasn't only Judah and Benjamin and Levi. It was all the tribes, man.
First slave ships came from Spain.
Yeah.
People think that Africa like this. And Ephraimites, Simeonites trafficked to Spain from Hispaniola. I think 11 or 1200 Arawak Indians.
Yeah.
They raided them in Spain. So some of that seed was over there too.
Because there were wars in Jamaica. They're called the Maroons, and they were fighting against the British and the Spanish, right? Guys like Christopher Colon, and they were fighting because they were because they want to colonize them. So the Maroons were fighting for hundreds of years until they signed a peace treaty, right? So that's a lot of history on that too, right?
Revelation 11 and 11, NLT. But after 3.5 days, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, breathed life into them, and they stood up. Terror struck all who were staring at them.
So the 3.5 days from 1619 to the 1960s, when Abba Bivens, he was out there, I believe, from in the 50s, 60s. He was doing work because they're calling themselves the commandment keepers. And I believe he Abba Bivens he branched off and did his own thing, because those other guys, they were only going to the Old Testament. But when Abba Bivens went on the scene and he did his own thing, he was going into the Old and New Testament. Mm-hmm. And the Spirit was on him.
And he's the one that said that, because they knew they were Israelites, but it was so-called Israelites.
Yes.
And he pretty much expanded that. He said, well, Native Americans are Israelites.
Yes.
Back then it was only Judah, which that's scriptural. He shall save the tents of Judah first. It's prophecy, right? But that year specifically, 1969, was a big year for Esau's downfall. That's the first mark of Esau's downfall. That's when he went into the heavens and declared himself to be a prophet. will of the Most High. And then that's when the time of the Gibbons started to come on. That's the time when the GI started to come back, hooked on drugs. A lot of Edomites started to have cultural revolutions. Their society started to collapse in the 60s. You know, all culminating to that 1969. You know, the ego, right? The ego is landed, right?
Which is all, that was just a big psyop.
Yeah.
Because that was fake.
Yeah.
That was all fake.
They were trying to compete with the Russians. They pretty much just tried to outsmart everybody. They really tricked them. It was all deception. Right? When the so-called landed on the moon, they said it. The ego has landed. Don't thou exalt thyself as the
Mm-hmm.
ego. Right? Don't thou set thyself among the messengers.
Malachi 4:5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh.
You go into that.
Prophesying Abba Bivens, Elder High Priest Abba Bivens. You know, who we believe in the Spirit is John the Baptist, right? You know, you go into Matthew 11, Matthew 17, you know, when they asked John the Baptist if he's Elijah, he said no, right? Reincarnation is scriptural. So Abba Bivens coming on the scene was the returning of the sons to the Father, right? And what you see today is the fruit.
That's right.
Verse 6, and he
Because
was
they know who we are. You have all the documents. They have all the artifacts. They know our blood type, and they know exactly who we are. Man. So they know. So it's been a big secret. Psalms 83:1 says, like someone can get this. But they have been counsel against the Lord, against the anointed one.
Psalms 83, verse 1 reads, Keep no thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold no thy peace, and be no still, O Yahweh. Verse 2, For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Yeah, so we have heathens, we have other nations who are against us, man. And they want to see us they want to see us destroyed, especially because now we're being awakened now. Right? So these heathens are scared, man.
Verse 3, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, so we're the one that's being hidden. Right? But now we're being they're taking crafty counsel. So the elect basically our people is being awakened now. The elect is being awakened, and they're threatened. They're threatened right now.
Yeah, Jake is hidden because Esau keeps you. He takes your identity from you. That's why it mentions about the valley of the dry bones, bone to bone, skin to skin, right? Sinews. These are things that Esau cuts off. Your identity, your skin, your heritage. And he pushes forth wine onto you, which is different philosophy. So he keeps you hidden.
That's
So
right.
God says in Lamentations, the black faces of black people, they are not known in the streets. Right? Because they're the hidden ones. Right? You got other people saying that we're the chosen.
That's right. Verse 4, They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yeah, this is what they're trying to do. Like they're doing it right now. Right? But the elect right now, the 104,000 is being raised up. And that's it. So it's a big Esau is threatened, man. Esau shaking in his boots right now.
Verse 5, For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacle of Edom.
So yeah, the time they are confederate against it. So all these heathens UN, man, the United Nations.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Our people don't have no seat in
Nope.
the UN, right? We have no seat. And all these leaders, man, are taking counsel, and it sounds like that. It's to keep us oppressed,
Mm-hmm.
not know who we are. Right? We have no damn power.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Harrigens.
The Edomites, or so-called Edomites, from Petra, from the caves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the Edomites are the real cave dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
Petra. Like, well, Petra is their home.
Yes, yes.
Then who else?
So that's Seer means hairy, shaggy. Yeah, shaggy.
Shaggy. Okay,
That's
I
it.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Because when you go on blue letters, they'll try to say Esau means hairy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean hairy. Right? The word hairy is sha'ar, which is seer, Mount Seir, which is the other Roman freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like what did they say? It says Edom and who else?
Edom, the Ishmaelites.
Ishmael is up there too.
Mm-hmm.
But Ishmael had those our people in slavery, man. We're not the Arab slave. We're not the Arab slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
And our people had to either choose that whole Islam or be put to death.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people did. Our people just bowed down, man,
Mm-hmm.
and they started worshiping that damn moon god called Allah, which is the
Mhm.
moon goddess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a headlock that kid.
It is.
Yeah.
Strong headlock, man.
Yo, because I remember when I went to a public school, right? I went to a public school, and in elementary school, and I went to a high school, which was Catholic. So Catholic, I went to, I guess with I went on like a field trip, right? And they had their field trip was going to the mosque, and then going to the what do you call them? The Buddhist temple.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the word Catholic it means universal. So basically, so they don't get into the whole Catholic trip. They try to get into that Islam or that Buddhism.
One or the other.
Or that Buddhism or whatever. But I was kind of fascinated with that whole. I was kind of fascinated with that whole Islam, the whole thing. Because I didn't know that a lot of the word or their Islam, but basically, but it's a false god. It seems like it's righteous, but it's not. It's the false god.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why our people are still going to the mosque and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They pray 5 times a day.
10.
But they're worshiping or 10 times a day. But they're worshiping a false god.
That's right.
So that was the spirit. She looked like Islam, but she's clearly a Jew.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's our people. Our people said the rock walk is older.
Mhm.
Master's crib, but Israel does not know.
That's
Our
right.
people do not consider, man.
Mm-hmm.
Our people like to worship any other god except their own nationality.
Mm-hmm.
Look back here. You got Edens, you know,
There's
Cushites,
and they have Rasta.
you know, Cushites. You got witches down there just smoking weed, chilling. This is Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all a bunch of madness.
Yeah. Is there more?
The Jebelites,
So Ishmaelites was? So Elam? Does it
Edomites, Ishmaelites,
Is it
Moabites.
Elam? Is it Elam too?
Yeah.
Elam, the Indians. The Indians, man. Like the Indians hate them. I don't know if I sent you guys in the chat, right? That there was Jake. He's just walking down the street, and then like
Oh,
like
yeah.
a fucking Elamite came, and then he's like, oh, he's like, why are you here? No, oh, like you don't live in this neighborhood. But it's like it looks like it's like a middle class neighborhood.
Yeah.
Whatever. And, you know, and the guy trying to ask for him. The guy trying to ask for the man's ID. Right? So that Elam, that Hebrews man are wicked, man. Like they hate us too. So,
It says Gibeonites, Ammonites, Amalekites, and the people from Philistine and Tyre.
it doesn't say Moab too.
Moab.
Yeah, like Moab too. The Chinese have the
Right.
hair stores. They have the beauty stores.
Yeah.
And especially our people are buying all that hair. So that black men
Yeah.
buying all that hair. That hair it comes from that. From
Elam.
India, man. That Indian.
Yeah.
And they get to putting that stuff on their hair, right? And they're basically so when you cut that hair over there, they send it over here to America. You know, there is basically they're worshiping false gods,
Yeah.
and they're trying to put curses on our people.
Mm-hmm. No, that was
Did somebody get
It's
hurt?
Amalek.
Amalek, yeah.
Yeah, Amalek.
Yeah, Amalek.
It's a Amalek.
Yes, the Amalekites, yes.
Amalek's number one. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
like who runs the world? Amalek.
Who around the world?
Girls.
Amalek runs the world. Amalek.
And if you want to know their rule book, you gotta read the Talmud. And in the Talmud, there's like it's volume 20 something, or even more than I forgot how much volumes.
Yeah.
Yo, and when you go, you might bug yourself up.
Yes.
I go into the occult, but the Talmud is worse than the occult.
Yes.
It's nasty, bro.
Yes, on a different level.
No, they permit
Yes.
relations
Yes.
with girls that are 3 and under.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
3
yeah.
years old and under.
Done.
And then they said if a girl 3 years old and under, she does the business with a grown man, she's still a virgin because the hymen grows back. So when she gets older, she's good. No, that little kid is defiled, man.
You said,
Yeah, and then some of these guys, those guys is sucking
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
yes.
they're sucking the.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's all you gotta say.
These are people that run the world.
Yeah, cut.
Like they're, you know, like, you can't just say anything about them.
Cut.
Like these people that run the world. It shows you how much power they have. It's like we don't have the power.
Job 31, basement.
They have an anti-defamation.
Right? You get Job 30.
You can't even say shit. Anti-defamation. Right?
Yeah, this is Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
So that's what happened. Right? Because when we're in rulership during the Middle Ages, you know, the Edomites were in a base state. Right? They're known as the wild men, a lot of them. And they basically were wild in the wilderness, man. The Caucasus Mountains, in the mountains, you know. They had no culture, no language. Right? But now look at them now.
Hey, and we never did that to you. It's not like Jake in the Hood that you keep messing with and then wondering why they're like that. Or you people, you go to the reserves. Oh, I wonder why they're like that. I don't know. I don't know why they're like that. Oh, why they're fucking drinking cough syrup or whatever the fuck they do on the fucking reserve. I wonder why they're like that. We never put drugs in the friggin' caves. We didn't put alcohol in the caves. We didn't put bad food in the caves. It says, hey, whereto might the strength of their hands profit ye, in whose old age was perished. for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former times desolate and waste.
That's what it's called the wild man. You know, because remember, I like we're like, you know, like we're doing some like, you know, some like research going into wild man, and they had like the photos of Esau, you know, with like hairy,
Oh yeah,
like
yep,
fucking hairy face,
Yep.
hairy body.
yep.
What's the fire?
Yeah, that's the fire. Harry and the Hendersons. There was that movie Harry and the Hendersons, and they spelled it Harry. But when you watch the movie, they said Harry, like Hairy,
Yeah.
because he was so hairy.
Yeah.
But they played with your mind.
So we
Shalom.
just read that shit before you came and don't see it.
See that? That's the spirit.
Yeah, like, I remember watching I remember watching like the Flintstone movie, like a movie, and then like the cartoon.
Yep.
So now like we understand, you know, like Bedrock, you know that.
And Bam Bam didn't speak a language.
Yeah.
He
Flintstones.
didn't have a language.
Yeah.
Right?
And right now, like, and right now, like, Esau right now is going back into into that state, and really, what Esau
None of them
does-
spoke. They just
Exactly.
had to-
Exactly.
That's why he had a thing. He'd be like, yabba dabba doo.
Yeah. It's a Disney movie. It's a fucking cave. I forgot what it's called, but it's a dinosaur. Something dinosaur. Yeah, it's a green dinosaur. Cut. It says, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meats?"
Yeah, so they did eat good, right? Like they're like even off the elements, right? Off
The
the
good
roots,
dinosaur. Yeah.
all these different elements.
Good ones.
But they were messed up, man. Until Jake actually went, like, until Jake basically like civilized them
Yeah, that's right.
or whatever, and like, you know, like taught them how to live.
That's right.
You know, Jake actually like gave them schools. You
That's
know? Like, Jake had
Go ahead.
because
Go
Jake
ahead.
had like a lot of schools over there in Europe, like Oxford, Cambridge,
Oh, he's already
and all
there.
these big schools that Jake has set up.
And that's what caused all the diseases as well. Interacting with people that were living like that for so long.
Yes.
But they blamed it on rats. No, it wasn't. Rats, one thing with rats, they don't spread that fast. Rats stay in one area. One area is infested. If downtown is infested, Bathurst thing is not infested. It doesn't work like that. Rats stay where it's infested. Rats are not going, it doesn't work like that, man. It was you Edomites that were moving, you were coming out of the caves, man.
Yeah.
You were migrating. You were migrating that fast because look how quick that bubonic and bubonic plague spread. Rats don't spread
Go
plagues that fast.
What's your video or
Go
photo?
ahead.
Is that active?
Yeah,
Oh,
live.
sorry, I
You
didn't
can go around.
We're like,
Have a lovely day, though.
We always do. Verse 5, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief to dwell in the cliffs and the valleys, in caves of the earth and in rocks.
yeah, so that's not our history. You know, like we were never in those that cave. Jake was never in those in that state. Right? That was who that so-called Edomites, right? So-called white people were in the caves.
Hey, that's why Jake has to stop claiming Hamitic history as well. Drinking blood, you know,
Yeah.
licking cow's ass, going in a thing's whole rectum.
Wicked.
I forgot what that's called, where they go in the rectum and come out through the mouth.
Yeah. Wicked.
That's what Hamites do, bro.
Sick.
Oh, I'm a Hamite. Okay, go back then.
Yeah.
Go practice scarification. Go practice scarification. You know the type of scarification Hamites practice?
Yeah.
That's not no joke. They practice clitoris circumcision.
Yeah.
How come you black women don't go do that, man? Shut the fuck up, man. Yes, you people just talk, man. You just talk. That's why when Nate went among them, he got stoned. You could talk, oh yeah, I'm African. So go, man, go. Let's see if you're really that, man.
Mm-hmm.
We have a different energy and spirit than real Hamites, bro.
That's right.
Just off of what they eat, man.
God, there's a video on Instagram what they cook.
We don't eat
And the
that, bro.
fuck-
Bush, they call it African bush meat.
Even the practice, which we used to do back in the day, but Jake's, we're not really into that where they're all eating out the same. Jake don't have that spirit, man. Yo, give me my own plate, bro.
Mhm.
I want my own plate. We don't have that spirit where we're all just one hand in our mouth,
10 hands.
10 hands, and it's in your mouth. We don't have that spirit, man. We have a different spirit, bro.
Mhm.
Verse 7, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
That's what they did when they came to the miracles. And Jake already had civilization here in the miracles.
That's right.
And they came.
That's right.
And they hit their Israelites. They got the olives. And they massacred a lot of our people and destroyed the city.
That's right.
Certain cities
And records. And records. Yep. Because when they come among Jake, they'll tell you, oh, they never had a written language, they never had records. No, because you destroyed it. You pieces of shit. You destroyed their records. Their records of math, their records of accounting. You think we didn't have accounting? That's why we created last names as well. Last names goes into inheritance rights. That's how you inherit things. You can't just go, hey, this is my land. No, we have to document and be like, oh, you're from the house of so-and-so? Okay, cool. This does belong to you.
They're pirates. Natural born pirates. That's something that Bob Marley, all pirates.
That's a good song.
All pirates.
That's a good song. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
Base.
They were violent in the earth, and now I am their song, yea, I am their byword.
They're their sons, they're pirates. We're their entertainment. Our people are the damn athletes, the entertainers.
Yeah, the chigaboos, the fools. Yep.
That's why you had, if you're going into accounting, you had a registration.
Con.
You got it.
Oh, that's what you get it?
That's right.
That's the spirit.
Nehemiah.
That's the spirit.
Nehemiah 7, verse 64. I'll read from 63 to 64. And of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Kaz, the children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, to wife, and was called after their name. Here's the point. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore were they, as polluted, put from the priesthood.
See that?
In the NLT it says in the genealogical record. Right? That's why you had it in the medieval times. You had
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yes.
Among the Vikings, they called them the sagas.
I didn't know that.
Viking sagas, and epics.
They're like the wise men.
And then they would have pictures of the kings, right? They have a whole tree. You have certain icons with trees, and they have the names of the king, and they go all the way down from the top to all the way down. Right? That's like a genealogy.
Hey, we would have certain men, we would have scribes. Now, in our day, we have readers, but back then, we would have scribes. You know, we tell a brother, hey,
Right.
you're rolling with me, and the brother would document that.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like Jeremiah, he was scribe.
Con.
That was a scribe.
Con.
Many prophets had scribes.
The scripture says Jacob was a former of all things.
That's right.
You know, it just goes to show you, man. You know,
Hey, we were the bankers. Not to cut you off, but we were the bankers.
exactly. Everything Esau's done is he's pirated it, stolen it, and then put his face as the man who patented things. Right?
Mhm.
He's just a thief.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's all he is.
In a vagabond.
Say that again?
In a vagabond.
Yeah, in a vagabond. That's right.
Look, you see them in comic books, Edomites. You see them in comic books all the time.
It's okay.
oh, it's because of us. You're not swinging on trees.
Yeah, Khan, that's exactly what they said.
Yeah, man.
We saved you.
Well, it's damn high. Our people were here in America and they were doing very good until Esau came.
Yep.
And basically, they actually civilized them. You know, that's what they did, and they massacred them.
Look, real quick, this is from ChatGPT, right? It says why registries mattered in Israel. Covenant identity. Israel was organized by tribes and clans. It says genealogical records prove descent from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says land inheritance. Tribal allotments were fixed.
Hey, that's how you know the Bible is not for everybody. The Bible is a record of these people. That's what the Bible is. It's literally your record, Jake. It's your record.
Hey, this thing, Planet 8, Cornelius, bring me the scrolls.
Yeah.
Scrolls, you know,
Cut. Cut.
but that's what you had. You had papers saying, hey, those papers were in the treasure box. You know, if you need to show somebody, hey, this is who I am. Show.
Hey, even us, that's how we're really supposed to address. We're supposed to say Howard, Bun, Yum, Bun. We're supposed to get Bun Yasharala.
Well, we did that for the apostle.
That's important, bro.
So it says land inheritance, tribal allotments were fixed. Registry ensured land stayed within the correct tribe. Priesthood and Levites, only descendants of Aaron could serve as priests. Registry safeguarded temple service from outsiders.
But right now, the whole the elected nation of kingdom priests.
Hey, when you go into the olden day Bibles, like the Bible that my mother gave to me, in the front of those olden day Bibles, they have a family tree where you're supposed to put the lineage. You're supposed to put the lineage of who you are. Yeah, that's how you base your progenitor.
That's how we know Jake is lost.
Mhm.
We don't know. We brought it up earlier. Discontinued from lineage.
Hey, but most Jakes, because I like watching family court and shit like that, most Jakes say, I don't even know my father. So you don't even know your father. So how the hell could you know your great? You don't even know you're just the closest. Damn, that means you're done.
That counting ceremony on the cherry is going to be heavy, spiritual. So Yahweh Shai is going to be counting each man. You're going to be saying your lineage. You know, Shema, Ban, Yan.
And you might not even be that. You might be finding out. You might find out yourself.
You know, Rawad Ashar, you know? Yeah, man.
Hey, just to get this out about what the brother was saying, this is 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
So the Syrians were led captive because they went off. And that's why the Syrians dealt with them brutal, man, the 10 tribes. Because they're into idolatry, they're into witchcraft, all kinds of wicked stuff, man. Look, he got fed up. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this aligns with secular history, man. That's why the Apocrypha was taken out of the scriptures.
Yeah, that's right.
It's called, you look up Shalmaneser, you'll find them all over
That's a real
secular
person.
history.
That's a real person.
I think even that movie, I guess 1492 with Christopher Columbus. He's like Ezra, like, oh, and Ezra's
He did.
Yeah.
10 tribes.
That's why he came with Hebrew interpreters. It says, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right. It wasn't the Bering Strait.
It's a lot of disinformation right now.
Yeah,
Right?
a lot of
I'm not going to say anything, but it's a lot of disinformation. Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would lead the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right over in the west, right? And they knew that they knew they had the roots. But King Solomon was sending his navy over here.
We have records,
Right?
We have the
we have the
records.
records, man. Right? So this pseudoscience that you learn, right? It's false.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statues, which they never their
Right? So their sole purpose is to come over in the west, keep the law, statutes, commandments. But they bugged out eventually. They turned into apocalypto. Started doing bugged out shit. You know, passing their children through the fire. You know.
Now, I just wanted to say I read that for the brother, because the brother said, when we came over here, we did a lot of good, but then we went off. That was the point. I just wanted that point.
That's why the last lunar stone, man.
Exactly.
Right?
Lunar stone.
And that's small.
You know, there's things we don't know about.
Yeah, like there's other ones I believe in Ohio. There's like it was like what do you call it in the Assyrian Hebrew also.
The last lunas is huge to us because we have so much faith. So something as simple as that, because we have so much history, like the elders say, but to us that's everything, man.
It was Paleo-Hebrew.
And it was in
Yeah.
It had the name Yahweh. So why are we debating about the name? That's why when Nate went into the wilderness, he's making fun of the name. But what are you making fun of? You're making fun of the earth helping the woman. That's not your brother, man. It said the earth will help the woman.
You had all kinds of petroglyphs, rock carvings. You had one in Michigan. I remember it was a big one of a menorah. You know, they petroglyphs, right?
Not Michigan, right there.
Michigan.
It's right there.
At Detroit?
Like, it's close to Ontario.
No,
Go ahead.
They said, that's just one. They said back in the day in the 1800s when Esau was looking this stuff up, he said there's hundreds of them. Right? So that means that a lot of they destroyed.
And a lot of them are in your museums, but up under in the basement, in the archives.
And the Las Lunas, they tried to destroy it too. They tried to chip it, they tried to move it. It's part of the mountain. That was the spirit.
Yeah, I remember when we went over in Scarborough.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that place? Like there's a big mountain right here.
Oh yeah, Indian mountain, something like that. But yeah, I watched that movie. Yeah, that's right near in Scarborough, man. Bellamy and Lawrence.
To let you know that that God was here, bro. That was God, man.
You had the petroglyphs in Peterborough. We went up there a few years ago, right? They have rock carvings. They had they'd have manuscripts from birch, right? They'd strip the birch and they'd have manuscripts. So they would write. It's called the birch scrolls. Right? They call them birch scrolls.
Right? John 10 and 7. No, it's like John 10 and 16. This is a red letter. Yahushua said this. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must
No
obey.
pictures.
And they
No
shall
problem.
hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Right? So Yahushua was talking about the northern kingdom, which is over in the west. Right? So the northern kingdom is here full time, man. You know, keeping the laws, the statutes, commandments originally until they bugged out.
Which was prophecy as well, right? Which was also prophecy for us to go along.
Right. That's why they destroy relics, man. They want, especially now with the great awakening that's taking place and all this truth coming out via the unicorn, the high on the internet. You know, they don't want everyone to be seeing these stones in America, Hebrew writing.
No.
You know, they don't want it.
And because they don't have anybody that they're controlled. Because remember, Esau in every movement, in every group, he has control opposition, or he has somebody that he owns. He has nobody that he owns that's over this thing of ours. But this thing of ours is being ruled over by the Wakanda Dash. So even if you do have an infiltrator, your infiltrator is nobody. Your infiltrator cannot stop the truth.
Even that backwards song, it's all Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. I think it was in Tennessee.
Like, there's a lot of history down there,
Pretty
man.
much what it said was, it pretty much said for Judah on the stone.
I remember that one for
La,
Judah.
La Yahweh.
Yeah, God.
So that was like the Gadad saying, you know, they knew that their brothers were going to come.
God.
As prophecy.
God.
And then Esau will try to say, oh, these are fake. And this is not real.
Yeah, good.
If you can't hide it, you'll have to
Come up with a lie.
Discredited.
discredit it.
Source. Where's your source?
Yeah, where's your source? God.
Esau, man. Come on. Dennis the man. Slimy ass devil.
Bob the
That
Builder.
is
Lamentation 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwells in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
This is the last hurrah for you Edomites. The last hurrah, man. So go, crash out. Go hard. You know? Go down Skid Row. Do all the hard substances you can. You know, be a degenerate. Crash the hell out, man. And this is it for you.
Hey, you know, you're right. It's not like we want you Edomites to stop, even you elites. We want you to bring your plan. We're not stopping you. We're not a group that we're telling other brothers to pick up arms. No, we're taunting you. Bring the MOTV. Bring the financial collapse. We're taunting you, bro. We're not telling you, oh no, we're the group out here to stop them from bringing the MOTV and bringing their plans. No, bring it, bro. What's taking you so long, man?
Cannon on fires. We're going to be here in a week.
Yeah.
To denounce the establishment.
Yeah. The hell? No,
Everybody watching why you didn't fly.
yeah, God, no.
Next week at 12 p.m.
The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Because no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right, this is the last captivity for the Israelites.
Right.
You know, after this is it, man. You know, this is the last. We're on the home stretch right now.
Yeah, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. As it says here. Read that part again, huh?
The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished.
No, it's really and truly not, because we got to go through Jacob's trouble. We have to go through Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is Esau's last hurrah to put his hands on us. Scripture says that they shall be like madmen, sparing none. So we got to go through that hell that's about to come upon the whole earth, but mainly so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially 2/3.
No more carry thee away into captivity. So this is thy iniquity.
Yeah, because there's no more kingdom. There's no more empire for them to bring us. You know, like right now, if we were supposed to leave it up to these heathens, guess who would be next? Moab. Moab would be next. So we would be getting prepared to go into the land of Moab and to learn Mandarin. That's what they would be preparing us for.
O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
And you have Simple Jakes. You think Moab got next?
And a lot of them are over there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're fluent.
Yes.
Yo, they're fluent.
Yes.
Jake is over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Right? So yeah, we gotta go through it, man. You know, there's bug outs out here saying, oh, we gotta get on planes and flee persecution. What's the other bugged out one? Rapture. Yeah, we're gonna get raptured up. They're gonna escape the tribulation. It says, through much tribulation we must enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Conspiracies.
I was trying to work the King of Kings.
so-called Jesus went through all that shit, and you're not gonna go through it, then you have nothing.
And they always tell you to take up your cross.
Yeah.
Carry your cross.
You're gonna bear your cross. You have to take the struggles, right?
Scripture say the servant is not greater than his master.
But guess what? A lot of them are going to quote unquote throw off that cross because they're going to take the MOTB. Because that's going to be that thing that everybody has to go through. All men, women, and children have to go through that great temptation.
Yeah, because you won't be able to buy or sell.
Or sell.
They're gonna,
You won't be able to log
You're
on.
going to be evicted from the home.
These Christian pastors, like some of them are even pushing that MOTB, like trying to make it seem like, you know, it's righteous in a way. You know, like you're supposed to do it. You know, that it was sent from the Lord, so you gotta take it. I just really don't make no sense.
Same thing they did with the C-19.
Yeah, they were the churches, they were at the churches, they were doing the shots.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
That's right.
You so-called have all that faith. Why aren't you standing for your faith?
That's right.
Why are you in your churches taking a jump shot wearing your guns?
Christians. The elder Apostle John always said that drag them into deep waters. But they get lost. They don't know Christ.
No.
You know? You tell them things of pestilence, beginning of sorrows, they have no idea what you're talking about. Revelation 3. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? You harlot house preachers, man. Read this down. Take down the scripture. What does this mean right here? You know, it says here to try them all that dwell upon the earth. Right? All the world. They don't make any sense. Right? So everyone's going to go through it, man. The time of Jacob's trouble is going to be all out breaking loose. Things that will be turned upside down. A lot of mass death. And then Esau, he'll probably turn off the unicorn. The grid will go down. You blame it on God, Magog. Who knows? Right? And then you'll say, okay, you have a solution, but it comes at a price. And it's to see him. And a lot of people are going to take it, man.
The price was right.
The price is right. Because you have to understand the game of fiat currency is already completed because they own everything. So it's no longer fun for them. What's the sense of playing that game of currency when they have everything? They own all countries, they own all armies, every country's in debt, every king is in debt, everybody, every human being is in debt, so it's no fun no more. Now it's time to show you the ultimate control.
Also, remember, these bankers, they're warring with themselves.
That's right.
So you have a certain family, they might want to implement the MOT this way.
Yep.
And you have another banker family, they want to do it another way.
Yep.
So they're chewing each other up too.
Yep.
Because just like during the time of the Greeks, we had the Ptolemy Wars, the Seleucid Wars, they're fighting each other.
They're fighting each other.
The Romans, they're fighting each other.
Yep.
So it's the same thing with Esau.
A kingdom divided.
That's right. The Lord is split screen. They're moving this one. It's not as one world as they make it.
Not at all.
They have their own things. They got their own peace.
Yep.
What's that movie? You never let your family come.
Yeah, good. Hey, that's why all I watch is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones always shows you that it's always internal, man.
And that movie, Underworld, with the vampires and the werewolves, shows you that the vampires' leadership, the nobles amongst the vampires, they were beefing always. You know, swords are getting drawn. You know?
Hey, that just happened where? Brazil? Brazil, they were just fighting in the parliament. Parliament or something. Big fight, big cup.
Yeah, one of the politicians just got shot down.
Yeah, God, something.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy, man. You know?
James 5:1. Go to now, you rich man, weep and howl, for in this week thou shalt come upon you. Your riches are corrupted. Your garments are moth-eaten.
Yeah.
Your gold and silver is cankered.
Mhm.
And the rest of them shall be a witness against you. You shall eat your flesh as you are required. You have deep treasures together for the last days. So like, this is the banquet. They're wealthy, and basically they're gonna lose that power soon. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. You shall eat your flesh as you are required. You have treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of your laborers have reaped down your fields, which you kept back by fraud.
Yeah, and the reason why you know the elder is telling the truth is that the top family in the earth is the red shield.
Mhm.
But you have to understand how the red shield got there. The red shield did the other families dirty to get to the top. So you think those other families forgot that? They lost all their wealth under Nathan. When Nathan Rothschild did what he did in England, all those top families lost their wealth. They had to build back. So they're always at war with each other, man.
Behold, the hire of your labor who have reaped down your field, which you kept back by fraud, and the pride of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of the Sabaoth. You have lived in pleasure and on the earth have been wanton. You have nourished your heart as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist. That's what he did to the tribes. Right? He massacred our people, and basically took over.
And now he's doing it with credit. Now he's doing it with contracts.
Mhm.
Now he's doing it with a different license and things like that. That's how he's killing you now, because he has you under a perpetual as a debt
Yes.
slave, right? Like it says in Baruch, right?
You know how much Jakes have bad credit? What? Yo, it's no joke, man.
Mhm.
This hamster wheel it's designed to destroy you.
You said the word that I was going to say, because to have good credit just means that you're on the hamster wheel. But if you fall off the hamster wheel, that bad debt can happen in just a year.
Yep.
After one missed fucking payment.
Yep.
You might have spent 20 years building up your credit, one missed payment, now you're fucking
You're
doing bad.
All you got is liability. You got his liability.
Liability.
Building up more expenses. Keeping up with the Jones.
Keep it up in the Jones.
Trying to make
What is it, you'll be happy or nothing?
Yeah, no, but people tell you, I buy shit. Right? I buy shit.
That's my woman.
Buy shit.
But that's my woman, bro.
Yeah.
That's my woman. That's my woman. That's what Amazon is. That's
Yeah.
what Alibaba is.
Yeah.
She don't even tell me. Dumb shit. Dumb shit. Dumb shit.
Right? And this credit thing, right? Like the elder just said, you miss one payment, it affects your credit. Now it's a game, because these creditors, every time they check your credit, they hit you super, man. So say you owe somebody something, they just keep checking your credit. And you're like, what's going on? Why do you keep doing that?
Just from a check.
Just
Yeah.
from a check, man. Wicked. Terrible. That's why this place got it.
Hey, so like in China, the mobiles they do that with you, like the social credit stuff, right? So if the social credit is not good enough, you won't be able to fly out. You'll be able to do stuff. And Isa put them on TV shows like the Black TV show,
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yes.
That's my favorite. And after a certain level of your social credit score being bad, they lock you up.
Mm.
It's not just bad.
Mhm.
In China, you get so bad, they can put you in jail. They'll imprison you.
Mm-hmm.
The Proverbs 22:7, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
And that's in their Talmud as well. When you go into their Talmud, then you'll start to understand why they deal with us the way that they deal with us. Because really and truly, they say, if what do they call us? I don't know if they use the word goyim in the Talmud. They use it all the time, but I forgot for this specific case. They said if you don't use the word goyim, this is work. It should be put to death. If this is a day of work.
See that?
Mm.
This is Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire and bless the covetous whom the Lord adoreth.
Yeah, because the scripture that links up with that what we just read is while they're on their beds, right? When they're on their beds, they're literally plotting on what to do, on how to perform it. It says when it is light, they practice it because the power is in their hands, right? That's what these fucking devils do, man. This is not just an Edomite doesn't just wake up and do something. That's when you gotta give this devil, man. You gotta give him credit because his plans take time. He literally lays it out in documents and in blueprints, and then he practices it and it comes to pass to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. So he's very crafty in that way, man. Snake wings. That's right. But the Yahweh is that cat. Because if you watch a cat, a snake is too sweet for a cat. A cat is wow.
They drafted up plans. Some of these plans that we're now starting to see going to fruition. Yeah, it's for the sake of prophecy. But these Edomites planned these things hundreds of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going back to right when they came on the Dark Ages.
17, what is it? 1776. Yeah, May 1st, 1776.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Hey, like that guy, even though it's just a movie, Superman, that's Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor, every day he just wakes up, how can I take down Superman? That's his whole mind. His mind is, I just want to take this. And that was, even though it's my favorite cartoon, but that's what Esau was doing with the Pinky of the Brain. The Pinky of the Brain. Was world domination.
Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Yeah, you see him doing that today, man. Anytime Esau wants something, he draws swords. Look what he's doing over there in the strip. Right?
Right now, they're massacring those people over there. And they can't even, they can't be.
Hey, they made a boast today. They, you know, the small hatters. They're like, we're gonna cut back aid. Nigga, they weren't getting aid. I mean, they're gonna cut back aid because they're gonna start hammering them for up. The people are going through hell, yeah.
Over there in the land of Israel, we said Israel, they're eating food. But for the people over there of Gaza, like they're
Right?
And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Esau's doing right now. They have polluted this whole world. They have everyone oppressed in some way, shape, or form. Just not Israelites.
Hey, and they're so smart with it that now they're naming lands that they own. Like they gave Dundas Square, Sam Kofi or something.
Yeah.
Kofi. Who gives a friggin' shit? I don't care about the name. You own it. Who cares? I don't give a damn. Oh, it's not this. Oh, he was a slave. Okay. Are you giving back the land?
That's how simple people are, because they just change their name and they feel like it's all good.
Yeah, like we want some.
We accomplished something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Job 20 and
No, you had to finish the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man is placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Those actually mounts up to the heaven, head reach up to the cloud, yet shall he pray forever like his own dog.
Hey, and his rulership is actually righteous because his rulership is bringing forth prophecy. So it's a part of prophecy. Everything that's happening is a part of prophecy. Right? So it's good that this Edomite is in power because now we know we're at the end. The longer it took for Edomite to be in power at the end, then that would be bad. So it's good that the Edomite is here. It's good that we went through the first woe, the second woe. Now we're in the time of the third woe. Oh, beautiful, man. God damn, bro. Shit. We what did they say? They have fatigue, black fatigue or something. We have Edomite fatigue, man. Shit.
And they which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream.
No, I can't even picture that. There's going to be a day where we're going to say that. Read that part again. This is a prophecy that never came to pass yet.
So it's like, so directly after we 1,000 years for that prophecy.
Jeez.
He shall fly away as a dream, he shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Yo, after that, kids won't even remember who an Edomite is. Like, Edomite? It's going to sound like a nightmare. We're going to be telling like scary stories. What do you mean?
That's that story, Daddy. That story again. 1,000 years ahead. Tell us the one about the Edomite again.
Damn.
Right? We were some of us are delivered in the church. We're going to get the story out. We're in Babylon. You know, the missiles came. What's a missile, Daddy?
What's a missile? Because there will be no weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
You know? Tell us about the lake of fire again.
What?
We came down from that chariot. Tell us, Papa. Tell us.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
The I also with sorry shall say, where is he? The I also with sorry shall see him no more. I shall cleanse and the door be open. His children shall see the things of poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
And you know, the scripture proves that as well. What is that? Again, Isaiah 14, Babakasha. Keep reading, brother.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in dust.
Yeah, because this Edomite is not going to change. You people are looking for the Edomite to evolve. Bro, this Edomite will never evolve. He's devolving. He's devolving into the same devil that he's always been.
Though he spirit and forsake him not, but keep his soul in his mouth, his what yet his meat is his bowl.
Okay, that's why the elder is letting you people know who DJ Trump is. DJ Trump is Nero coming back. And you devils are old devils coming back in the flesh. The same devils that used to persecute us. So you're back here today. And that's why you still have that bloodlust. That thirst for blood, that thirst for wickedness, man. Go ahead.
Yet his meat in his bowl.
Imagine a real devil coming back and he sees how Jake is living. It's just like, hey, this nigga's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're sick.
You'd be sick.
Yet his meat in his bowls is turned, it is the gall of ass within it, that swallow down riches and shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of the presence.
It's Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Because that goes into that balance, right? These Edomites and all these people, they like to talk about cosmic balance, which goes into their karma. They call it karmic balance. Well, guess what? The balance of the earth is that the blood that is shed cannot cleanse the earth. So that's what we're preparing for. You people want to forgive Esau. How are you going to forgive Esau? That means that the earth is not going to be cleansed, but you people are not on that level. This is too deep for you. This is going into judgment, but you have to be a judge to understand judgment. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Yeah, so prepare what? Prepare righteousness. Go ahead.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that link up with? That links up with Ecclesiastes will let you know that the Most High requires the past. So that means there's a rap sheet out on all these devils. Baby devil, minimum devil, grown devil, female devil, male devil. Go ahead.
For they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah.
For I will rise up against them, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts.
Yeah, because guess what? The Savior himself is coming back to do the bidding.
Mhm.
We, as men of the Lord, we don't even have to lift a finger. We don't have to do a push-up. We don't have to do a sit-up. We don't have to learn karate. We don't have to learn jiu-jitsu. We don't have to learn back in the day. We have to do the iron work. Blacksmith. You have to learn blacksmith, man. To build swords and this. We don't have to do none of that. Go ahead.
And cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and nephew, says the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern, the pools of water.
Yeah, that was the point, because guess what? At the end of the day, Esau, he's really meant to be the slave. That's what he's going to do. He's going to work for us. He's going to put the word back in proper order. What we tell him to do, we're going to lay out the blueprint. They're going to have to do this. They're going to have to do that. If you tell them to dig a ditch, if you tell them to build this, build that, he's going to have to do that.
Go ahead.
He's going to be a worker. That's going to be your role. Just like Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans, your role is to work and to build. That's what an Edomite's role is going to be. That's how the world looks at you Negroes. You Negroes are looked at as just employees. You're not looked upon as a boss.
Nope.
You're not looked upon as a CEO. Whenever you find out that a Jake's a CEO, people get bugged out.
Mhm.
What do you mean he's a CEO? What the hell?
Mhm.
What do you mean he's the owner? He really is. They get scared. They're like, what the fuck? Black person owns this? Yeah, that was the point.
Second Ezra 4, verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Yeah. So, ultimately, this destruction, what we're seeing now is the build-up to it. Ultimately, the destruction being the missiles. Verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, right? So we can't, you Jakes, I want to build on this side.
Mhm.
Generational wealth.
That's a cut.
I want to pass it on to my children.
That's a cut.
Right? This what we see here, this whole matrix, Esau's rat race, rat wheel, work until you're 65, and then you get retirement, you get a little
70.
package, but now your knee gives up.
Yep.
You need to replace your hip.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you die.
Yep. That's right.
This ain't it, man.
No.
Right? Therefore, that which is sown be not turned upside down, and in the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. Right? So the true kingdom's character, man.
Mhm.
The kingdom of Yahweh Shai will not come until this Babylon the Great American is destroyed.
That's right.
That's such a relief. Knowing that I like this forever,
Mhm.
that's how you're taught growing up. Work hard, go to school, get a house, make say, pass it down. I know once I found the truth and I found out that it was gonna end, that's a big relief.
Yep.
Talking about like cheating all this shit, like, I don't care.
Me neither. I don't do this.
I asked my father today, he was trying to like tell me about what I gotta do, and in my head I'm like, dude, this is
True.
Yep.
Yep.
Build up here. We just care about our day to day. We don't care about. We're not looking 5 to 10 years down the line.
And your family members, they notice the change. Like, you don't care about what's
Nope.
going on, man. You used to listen to
Yeah.
what's going on. You don't even dress like you used to.
Why you so
doing
angry?
the same shit over and over again.
Why you
What's wrong?
angry? Yeah.
Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, the Lord said unto him, go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that was done in the midst of it.
Right, the only men that are signing and crying are the elect. Right? The 2/3 of people, they're cool with a mole being their supervisor.
Yep.
You know, they're cool with a carpet muncher woman being their co-worker. They're cool with that
A
shit.
more teaching your kids.
Right? Moles teaching your kids.
Right.
That shit's vexing, bro. That shit pisses me off.
Yep.
Man.
And guess what a lot of people got to prepare for too, because what's on the rise is these female teachers are actually abusing these little boys.
Yeah.
We might laugh and think it's cool. No, it's not
No.
cool. A lot of these teachers that are in school are predators, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually predators, man. They're going to school freaking sexy as hell.
Yep.
You can't learn like that, man. You go to school, these teachers are wearing tight pants, tight this, boom, boom, printers. You know, come on, man. That's not how you learn. That's not how you learn.
Alberta, they just removed those books from the school. That's the vision.
Yes, in Alberta, it's the vision of kingdom. Yeah?
Vision. They removed all the sex education.
Okay.
Oh, Alberta.
Yeah, Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there, so
Remember, they want to be part of the world.
yeah.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah. 51 states.
So they are the old and young, both maids and little children and women, who come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Hey, what brothers are going to learn in this truth as well, because what the young brother mentioned was the elders reading. Hey, read it again from the top about the shop.
And fourth,
Right from the top. We're just
and
starting.
the Lord said unto him, go to the midst of the city, in the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and the brothers literally have a mark. It's known as the foul law, which is being exempt. It's what the Christian church calls the blood of Elohim, but it's the blood of the Habashai. It's separating you from the whole world. It's that mark or the blood is actually cleansing us, making you righteous, not because of your own action, just because you're chosen. That's it. Go ahead.
And the other he said in my hearing,
No,
sorry,
read
and
that part again.
I said a mark on the forehead of that man that sigh and
That
that
side
cry.
and that right. You know why? Because guess what? Brothers are going to go through that, what their younger brothers going through, but that's just a part of it. Because what you don't want to do as well, you don't want to be completely removed from this society. You have to learn how to be in the matrix. You have to learn how to be in and out, in and out. You got to be balanced. You can't be too over righteous, and you can't be too much wicked. You got to learn how to use the word without abusing the word.
Yeah.
You got to learn, because remember, what is this? This is America. This is a woman. She's a whore. You have to learn how to use the bitch. Most jakes fall in love with the bitch, right? Most people come here like this guy from Scarborough, P. Rain. He's a rapper from Scarborough. He wasn't allowed to go to America for years and years and years. He travels with Drake, but he was never allowed to go to America. He's a rapper here, G-Way rapper. The first time he went to America, he kissed the ground.
Wow.
He kissed the ground, the dirty ground. That's too much.
That shows not
Worship. Yeah. Yeah.
that's a venerated idol.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bow to him. You're right, Elder. Bow to him. And you're letting America know, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Alex said,
So the mark upon the forehead of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And the other he said in my hearing, go after him.
hey, like right now, brothers are putting a chokehold. ChatGPT. ChatGPT is in our headlock because of us. No other people in the world has used ChatGPT the way we have, which means that we are dominating that bitch. That's how you use the world. What we put YouTube in a chokehold. Whatever we touch, we put it in a chokehold, right?
That's why they're gonna have to turn it off.
Use and abuse this bitch.
After the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city and swim. Let not your eyes fear, neither had he been
Hey,
slain.
when you see Jake on the street, Jake drunken on the street, they make the bitch use them. The bitch use them to abuse them. They don't have the spirit. The spirit is just
weak.
And I'm not talking about brothers going through their hell. Go through their hell. You still have that pep. You got that puppiness there. You still have faith. James,
God.
Some of them, their eyes look dim, like the life is really just about to leave them any moment. Go ahead.
They all be old and young, both maid and little children.
Hey, and that's a good thing. We're in the time of slaying, because I don't know who brothers are seeing it, but I'm starting to see a lot of people with spirits. They have spirits on them, man. Demonic spirits, man. People are, they have psychological disorders.
Yep.
Or you have people that are harming themselves. Or people that are harming other people. It's scary out here, man.
Yep.
People are snapping, bro.
They all be old and young, both maid and little children. And women will come not near any man upon whom is the heart. We begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the sight of the ancient men which are before the
Lamentations 4, verse 1, NLT. Juan just said you look at Jake's eyes like how the gold has lost its luster. Even the finest gold has become dull. The sacred gemstones lie scattered in the streets. Right? Yo, listen, Jake's lost over here, man. Jake's through the wild bull in the head, popping pills, he's carrying switches, drinking hot water, he's laying down, defiling his temple. You know, he goes both sides. He's a more as well as attracted to women.
Yep.
He's messed up.
Yep.
Right? See, NLT, verse 2, Lamentations 4 and 2. See how the precious children of Jerusalem, worth their weight in fine gold, are now treated like pots of clay made by a common potter. That's what we need Yahweh Shai. Two-thirds of people are going to continue, two-thirds on this side. Common, regular base, they're just bugged out, man. You know? They're still the chosen people in Yahweh Shai. They got to die on this side and come back to the kingship.
Which is righteous, which is a righteous state of life. To continue for Jake to live here means that they're going to continue to pass on that spirit, man. Because I forgot who said it. It was a post on social media. This guy, he was raping his daughter. I think he was touching slugs. Great, my apologies. He was touching his daughter, but he said it got passed on to him by his father, as his father used to touch his sister. And it's true. It's true. And what we're saying, this is wicked, but we all have things. Some of us get alcoholism, right? Some of us get drug use.
Yeah.
Some of us get adultery. We're all passing down trauma, man.
Yeah.
This is something we pass down. Cunt. Jake's sick, man. The whole head is sick.
The whole thing. You bring this up about Bakusha?
Of course.
Because the elder mentioned it, the way you see people, you can see spirits. And as we get closer to the end of this place, people are going to go more mad, more crazy,
Yes.
because they're constantly living and all the stuff. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Is going to prophecy. Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh, and cause it to be written in paper, for they are faithful in truth. Fear not the imagination against thee, let no incredulity of them trouble thee.
And
That
that
is,
lets you know people are not supposed to have a thing known as do as thou wilt. This world needs rules. People need leadership. People need guidance.
Yep.
That's why these are not rulers. The scriptures in Proverbs lets you know that the people are as the rulers. I forgot what it said. Huh? Is that Sarah? Which one? What does it say? Yes, exactly. Go on. That's the one. 30. When the wicked are in authority. No, you mentioned it right now. Yes, that was right. But these people, they're following their leaders. Because these leaders have no guidance.
That's
These
right.
leaders are destroyed.
That's a wise man will instruct his people.
Proverbs 29.
Exactly. That's a good one.
That's all right.
Proverbs 29:2 NLT. It says, "When the godly are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in power, they
Go ahead.
groan."
Go ahead. It's okay.
KJV, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Joyce.
But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn."
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, like you're saying about from the rulers to your senators, presidents, people doing witchcraft,
They're degenerates.
you know, to your idols,
Mm-hmm.
right? The people that you worship, your celebrities, your entertainers,
Yeah.
they're all involved in this, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets trickled down onto you in the spirit, right? Via what? The music, all the fast images, the flashes.
So you're looking at these guys in drag or these guys
Exactly.
putting on
Exactly.
putting on shorts.
Hey, look at P. Diddy. They demonized it, but then they deified it. They raised him up. There's people outside his court out. Free Diddy, free
Yeah.
Diddy. What? Diddy's a damn degenerate, man. So they demonized him, but then they deify him to make him like a god, like an idol. Just like the other side. He's a fucking idol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what he did is not that bad.
Mhm.
Oh, that's his personal bet.
Mhm.
Actually, no, it's not.
No.
It's wickedness. Go ahead.
That we finish it off. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah, which
That-
is unbelief.
Mhm.
Right? But you people out there, incredulity and unbelief, which links up with Romans 3:3. For where something not believed shall be unbelief in the faith of the Most High without effect. Go ahead.
That speak against thee. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness.
And the most of the world is unfaithful. That's why the scriptures calls them what? The scriptures calls them anti-Yahushua, anti-Mashiach. Right? People are looking for one person to come that's an anti-you-know-what.
Mhm.
There's many anti-Mashiach. You have whole countries that are completely anti. You have whole belief systems. If you're in the Christian church, you're anti-Mashiach. That's what you are. If you're a Muslim, you're anti-Mashiach. Oh no, we respect Jesus. He's the this, he's the that. No, you don't. Oh, he's a prophet. He's just a prophet. Is that all he is? He's the only way to salvation. That's what he is. He's the only one that was found worthy to open the book. That's who he is. Oh, he's a prophet. Was there more?
Oh, that was it.
Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
Beautiful.
And the government.
Read that again.
A wise judge will instruct his people.
So that means people mean what? What is Jake known as? Jake is known as sheep. So a sheep without a shepherd will get lost. Go ahead.
And the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
That's why the scripture says, I sent you to the lost of the house of Israel. Go ahead.
As the judge of his people is, as the judge of the people is himself.
Exactly. That's right. Because remember, it all trickles down. Why do you think it really started with the kings of Israel?
That's a great point. There's a sheriff in the States who went up into a judge's chamber and shot him to death.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he was, what he was doing, he was creating sexual services.
Yes.
Favoring
Yeah.
the law, right? Something like that. But the sheriff came
Go
with
ahead.
this blessing.
Yeah, bless you. Yep.
That's a regular little.
You remember when the small hat got caught on How to Catch a Predator?
Oh yeah.
They canceled the show
Yeah.
after that. They canceled the show after they caught a small hat. The small hat looked at the camera and said, "Don't do this." He put his hat Don't do it. I forgot what else he said. I think he said, "Yo, you don't know how to do that." But when it was Jake or when it was a simple Edomite, no, cool. But when they caught the small hat,
Small hat,
they canceled, man. Canceled.
And the judge of the people is himself. So are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is.
And that's what happened with us. When you go into our history and our people, it really started with our judges. Man. Our judges went off. That's why we really and truly, we're not supposed to follow kings. We're really supposed to follow Yahweh Shai. Exactly.
But the judge of the people is himself. So are the officers. So are his officers, and what manner of the ruler of the city is, so are all they that dwell therein.
Hey, you want to know how you know Jake is easy influence? Just watch the latest trends. Whatever is the latest trend is whatever Jake is doing.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. If you want to know how easy it is to influence a Negro, Latino, or Native American, just watch whatever is the latest trend.
That's right.
Whatever the latest hairstyle, the latest shoes,
Bag.
the latest bag,
Yeah.
whatever it is, Jake has it. That's what Jake's doing.
Said a Kentucky judge was killed in his chambers, accused of running a courthouse brothel, where women were asking for sexual favors for white women.
So the judge.
And that's accusation. Really happened.
Hey, that's why we always tell people, yo, the black women that work in courthouses are getting popped.
Yep.
Everybody knows that, man. You guys are just there as like a fixture. You're just there, man. You're there just for the judges to be like, yo, to my court chambers.
The lawyer.
The women are fine as hell, man. The women are fine as hell. You ever been to the court? When I go to the court, I don't even want to leave, but I'm there for that. I'm there for good. So I'm trying to get the hell up out. Like, you want to be like, damn, this is where you work? Shit. The stenographer, the bitch that's talking to the when she gets them off all ass. Shit, the court officers, she's arresting you and she look good as hell. Holy. They're adultery in there, bro. Sometimes they're fucking the prisoners. That's late. That's late. Right. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but it goes deep. Because remember, after the Epstein thing, you had the Nickelodeon thing.
Oh, yes. I forgot about it.
Oh,
See?
wow.
Just water
And
in
then
the
Diddy came up.
Oh, wow. You see that?
It goes deep. There's a lot of shit.
Big psyop. The unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of men which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Hey, and all these kings are unwise. You know why? Because all these kings sold out to who? The bankers. Every single one of them. There's not one king that never sold out to the you know who.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Like when you see this guy, Mark Carney, he's the prime minister of all of Canada. He's a banker. He's a banker that goes into, I forgot which bank. Yeah, he's a central banker. I forgot which one, but he's a top banker. Then you're like, okay.
England. Bank of England.
Yeah, I heard that.
Citigroup? I think it was, that's the one I was thinking in America. Yeah, God, it's a big one. Yep. That's why he made it to where he is. Yeah, he's a banker.
Verse 8, Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries and riches gotten by deceit. The kingdom.
Goldman Sachs. Yep, I should have knew that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
It's because of unrighteous dealing.
Yeah, because of what?
Because of unrighteous dealing.
And that's why these people will never know. People will just see us and be like, yo, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can't get right because of unrighteous dealings. Shit like the people will never know because of Psalms 83. You people don't know what we're going through, man. Oh, just make it, man. What's going on with you, man?
Spiritual. because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit.
And riches gotten by deceit. Like when the housing market crashed in 2008. Don't you know what that was? They did something known as predatory lending, but with houses. They do predatory lending with money market cash money, but they also did that with the houses in America. Because back in 2008, before that, everybody was getting a mortgage. Here. Niggas without credit. Here. And guess what happened? They couldn't pay. Housing collapse. That's what the fuck happened. And guess who got all the money back? The bankers. Because they never lost nothing.
Nope.
They didn't lose anything. And then, guess what happened? They got bailed out. They made all the money. They fucked everything up. And then they got the bailouts. The biggest bailout in human history to the people that caused the problem. What the fuck? But you niggas need to pull yourselves up from your bootstraps. $800 billion to bankers. How do you give more money to money? That was the 2008.
Yeah.
And guess who bailed them out? Barack Obama.
Because of unrighteous dealing injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is traveling from one people to another.
Which one? James 5?
Psalm 75. Psalm 75 or Psalm 75? Yeah, it says Psalm 75 and 7. Oh yeah, how is the judge? He put it down one and tells up another.
And that's all that this is. What we need to start understanding, especially as judges, you need to understand how power works. Just like this brother brought out, it's not something that we're both going to rule at the same time. No, power's just taking, power's translating. We're literally going to go from nothing to something.
That's right.
That's how it's just going to work. We learned, no, you got to get a job. You got to work for 20, like this brother was saying. You got to worry about your pension. No, that's not how power works. That's how making it works, your day to day. That's just your day to day. But power doesn't work like that. Power literally works like today you're a peasant, tomorrow you're a fucking ruler. That's how power works. You literally go from nothing to something. That's the riches. That's the riches.
For the most part, it's taken by force.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, it is.
Just say that. You should take the kingdom.
Ooh, Daniel.
Say you should take the kingdom. Right? Under the leadership of the Yahweh. Right? It's going to be taken.
Right.
For in the hand of the Lord, there is a cup.
And you know how you know it's really going to happen? Because them saints who are going to come down as New Jerusalem, they're going to go to where the elites are and take everything. Because the elites are going to be chilling. Foot up, underground cities that are worth $20 trillion, all the gold. The elect, and because remember, they're going to have alarms, they're going to have CCTV cameras. And the elect are going to come, some big, tall, Negro Latino men walking through, like, what's going on? All you're going to hear is screams. Woo! And Jake's going to be walking. What's going on down here? You guys living good. Shit.
You're right.
Air is going to be nice down there. Remember, when we come on the earth, the air is going to be bad. Whoever comes down, I should say, the air is going to be terrible. Because the elect are going to have to clean the air, clean the water. But underground, it's going to be clean air. You're going to be like, damn, it's nice down here. You're going to look at some plants. Yeah. No, it's going to be springs. Yeah, it's going to be springs out there. It's going to be serious, man.
Yo, they got to go.
Yeah, they're going to be chilling. Man. They're going to be chilling.
They know everything.
You're going to see some animals. You're going to go down there. The elect are going to see animals and be like, hey, you got this?
How?
Shit. Nice down
A lot
there.
of water from the Arctic Nation.
Yep. remember in Europe, they stored every single seed.
Seeds, yeah.
So they have everything on it. They have everything.
Mhm.
And we don't know how long the commissary was.
Fun.
You know, and we know nuclear warheads cause nuclear winters.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that all praises, our power, our glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodah.
double honors to the apostles and others to be the for the one for the
Shalom.
Shalom to the land.
Kwam Yashrala.
Kwam
Yashrala.
Yashrala. Abba, Abba.